As per the survey conducted by various research organizations all over the world, based on their interactions and interviews with several world leaders and interviews all across, what they have found is more than 80% of the time, when an employer hires an employee or a business leader gets into a business relationship with any of their clients, customers, investors, vendors, or with any of the other stakeholders of their business, they do it largely on the basis of their evaluation of the other person's level of emotional intelligence, rather than just evaluating people on the basis of their IQ, their technical skills, their knowledge, or on the basis of any of the other cognitive abilities that we can name. Which basically means that when it comes to establishing better relationships with others, when it comes to gaining others' confidence, building trust with people, one needs to learn and understand as to how to connect and relate well with people on their emotional level. So the question is, what is emotional intelligence and what is its relevance in the context of leadership skills? Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and when you do that, you are in a better position to relate and align it with people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, especially in situations where you have to influence people, where you have to inspire people to take actions based on your suggestions and recommendations. As a leader, you need to learn as to how to create a win-win situation by connecting first with people on the level of their feelings, their emotions. As Dale Carnegie said, human beings are not logical, we are 100% we are emotional. And whatever actions we take, whatever decisions that we take those actions and make most of our decisions just based on the fact that we invest a lot of our emotions on those actions and decisions, and then later we justify it with our logic. So that's how it works. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 components of emotional intelligence that every leader ought to be aware of in order to become more productive and effective, in order to create a win-win situation every time where you have to engage with people, where you have to work with people, and in the process you help people to achieve their goals and outcomes. And when you do that, they will also respond in kind. So starting with the first component of emotional intelligence, which is about self-awareness. And as they say, know thyself. It all starts from your own self. The more you understand your capabilities as a person, better you are in a position to make decisions and take better actions. So many people have a very narrow understanding about what self-awareness means, because many people understand that it is just about knowing one's strengths and weaknesses. No, but you need to also understand, you need to do a deeper introspection in order to get a better perspective into your own life by taking into account your own values, some of your top beliefs, some of your priorities of your life. Because different people have different value systems, so some value more their family, their health, their work, their relationship, their social life. So according to you, what are some of your top values and how you spend your time, money, and energies on them. Evaluate yourself on those aspects and look into some of your top beliefs. What are some of your strong beliefs, what you stand for, what you do not stand for. Different people operate out of different belief systems. So what are some of your beliefs that is either helping you to achieve your goal, which are not helping you to achieve your goal? Look into that. So this is one way of doing self-assessment. On the other level, how you need to evaluate your own self is when you take suggestions and feedbacks from people, you need to get your evaluation done from others also, which may include your families, your friend, your boss, your colleagues, your clients. From anyone you can invite feedback and suggestions in connection to some aspects of your life, some areas of your life where you need to get better results. And I can guarantee you that when you do that, you will see that your assessments are either, not entirely, but it's going to be different from people. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if you are giving yourself, let's say 6, you might see that somebody else is maybe giving you 5 or 4 or maybe 7 or 8, because we all have blind spots. What you may be able to see, others may not be able to see. What others may be able to see, you may not be in a position to. And when you have both these assessments right in front of you, you are in a better position to take better decisions and take better actions, because you get better perspective out of the whole thing. So that's the first. The second component of emotional intelligence is self-management. And when we talk about self-management, we are not talking about managing your priorities or your work. We are talking about in relation to emotional intelligence, we are talking about managing your emotions. So how good are you in relation to that is a question, especially if you are a leader, if you are representing a team, if you have a team of people with whom you work. So what is your response to certain situation? If you are dealing with some challenging situation, or if you fail to achieve some of your outcomes, your goals, your objectives, what is your response to the situation and to people? Do you react to situations or people, or do you respond? React is negative, respond is positive. Many people react to situations and people when something goes wrong. So that is one of the biggest limitation for any leader. But on the other hand, if you just take a step back, if you pause for a moment, and if you try to see the whole thing in an objective way, I can assure you that you will get a better perspective out of the whole thing, from the whole situation, and you will be in a better position to make better decisions and take better actions in that way. So do you react or respond? That's a question. The third component of emotional intelligence is high levels of motivation. As a leader, you need to demonstrate your level of motivation, high levels of motivation to people. In situation where you are dealing with some challenging aspects of your work, you need to show and demonstrate to people that you are not somebody who gives up on people or situations. If you go through certain challenging aspects, challenging phase of your work life, you are somebody who believes in your own potential, believes in your own self. And when people see that authenticity, that sincerity in your work, they also start working in that way, because emotions are contagious. Whatever you demonstrate in front of people, that is what you are educating to others also. So you got to demonstrate high levels of motivation, and just move out of your comfort zone, try different options, different alternatives to find better solution to any of the challenging situations, any issue or any problem that you come across as a leader. That's a third component of emotional intelligence. The fourth component of emotional intelligence is social awareness. How well are you aware of the people with whom you work? You not only need to know about your own self-assessment, which we spoke about, you need to understand people also with whom you work, not only professionally in terms of their role and responsibilities, but you need to understand people on their personal level also. Because when you understand people personally, that's when they start gelling well with you. That's when they start opening up. That's when you start understanding some of people's goals, aspirations, their desires, their needs as individuals. So as a leader, one needs to see that you are having a dialogue with your people, wherein you are able to communicate in a much transparent ways, through which you get a better clarity about people. And that's how you align your organizational goals with individual goals. So that's a fourth component of emotional intelligence, which is about knowing your people, social awareness. The fifth component of emotional intelligence is empathy. As Stephen Covey said, seek first to understand and then to be understood. In order to understand people, you need to become a better listener. You need to ask right questions and listen to people intently. And there is a difference between sympathy and empathy. Empathy is about I understand how you feel. Sympathy is about I'm able to feel how you're feeling. And you got to become somebody who is empathetic to people. You got to understand how people feel. Like, for example, a surgeon has got empathy, not sympathy. A surgeon would not, in most of the cases, they do not prefer conducting surgery on their loved ones because they have a lot of emotions to those people who are their loved ones. So they rather let somebody else perform such things, such surgeries on their loved ones. So likewise, as a leader, you should not get touched by people's, get not affected, that's the right word, should not get affected by people's feelings, but yet at the same time, you need to understand people's feelings and see it as a third person. And when you take this position of being a third person, you are in a better position to understand people. And when people see that in you as a quality, as a leader, that's when they start trusting you. That's when they start connecting with you in at a much deeper level, which is what a leader must demonstrate when it comes to becoming or being more productive and effective. So these are the 5 components of emotional intelligence that as a leader one should be aware of. This is Jensen signing off for now. I'll come back with more videos. Until then, keep learning. Thank you.